The Hydra is one of the most classic legendary creatures from Greek mythology. It's often depicted as a huge monster with multiple serpent heads that can attack from every angle. Most famously, Hercules has to slay the Hydra as one of his 12 feats. The trouble with the Hydra, what made it such a difficult foe for Hercules to vanquish, was that when you cut off one of its heads, two more grow in its place. Many suggest the reason why the Hydra has held such an enduring place in literature and fiction, why it's become an archetypal creature in its own right, like the fire-breathing dragon or the Medusa, is because the Hydra is much more than just a monster. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for life. When you cut off one head, two more grow back. You solve one problem, two more appear. You get through exam season, senior year of college. You walk across the stage with your degree in hand, and now you have to find a job and figure out where you're going to live. You work single-mindedly towards a promotion for years, for your dream role, and when you finally receive it, you find your hours are much, much longer, which your spouse hates, and your new boss, he's impossible to work with. You finally save up enough to buy a house. The mortgage gets approved, you move in, and in the first week, the basement floods, and you find out you have mold in the attic. Every problem you solve, two more appear in its place. Every step forward, and the horizon moves further away from you. So long as you're living and living effortfully and reaching for a higher place than you are now, you can expect with 100% certainty that your progress will birth new challenges. Some that you maybe anticipated, but many more that you didn't even see coming. Like Hercules watching the Hydra head grow back for the first time, thinking, what the hell did I get myself into? Life never relents. There will always be another Hydra head that bursts forth. So here's where I've been trying to make a shift in perspective recently. For most of my life, I've lived in the future. I've staked my identity on the imagined triumphs of my future self. I've told myself, once this all-important thing happens, then I'll allow myself to be contented. Once I get this job, once I move to this city, once I get married, once I write a book, then I'll be all good. Then I will be complete. But that sense of completion, of there's nothing left to do, will never come. Because once we get to the next plateau in life, however we're defining progress in our lives, another massive mountain wall will surely appear before our eyes that will feel compelled to start climbing. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm at least a third of the way through my life, and a third of the way through what I'm quite confident will be the entirety of my conscious experience. I don't believe this is just a dress rehearsal, and I'm thoroughly unconvinced there will be an after party following the show. I don't want to waste my life in a countdown. I don't want to waste my life counting down to when either something good will start or something bad will end. How many couples have giddily counted down the months to their wedding day, and then years later counted down the months to their divorce becoming finalized with the same anticipation? We can't live our lives through a series of countdowns, because in the final analysis, all countdowns are moving us in the same direction. All countdowns are a conveyor belt carrying us forward to our deaths. I feel like I don't have any more time to go through life holding my breath, waiting to be deserving of contentedness, telling myself, I just need this one more thing to happen, and then I'll be good. Then I will allow myself to exhale and settle into the present. Because I know that once I manage to cut off that one Hydra head, two more are going to appear, and it's going to take me another 2, 5, 10 years to deal with those new challenges and new problems. The only time no more heads are going to appear in front of me or you is when we're dead. So the Hydra heads are actually something we should be grateful for because they mean you're alive. They mean you're fighting for the next thing and you still have a heartbeat in your chest. It's not easy, though, to live out this mindset in the day-to-day, to live in the present instead of the future. I know it's not the first time you've heard a message like this. I wrote this largely as a reminder to myself, because I haven't been doing a great job with this as of late. I think the reason why it's so difficult to drop into the present is because our aims are so dear to us. They're so personal and precious. So when we hear a message like this, we say, but with my situation, it's different. What I've wanted for so long, and my situation would be so dire without it. And this thing I need to have happen is so critical. Who would I be without it? It's so hard to stop deceiving yourself when you've made a decades-long habit of staking your identity on future events. What I've been so looking forward to has gone through endless transformations over the years, like a mirage in the distance shape-shifting into different scenes of paradise. But I hardly notice how ephemeral my designs truly are, because it's always been the same underlying belief that the future will be better than the present. But I'm still trying. I'm trying to get comfortable living in the present amid unfinished projects and incomplete goals and unfulfilled dreams, and not living off in a reverie where everything I want to do is already done. I'm trying to be here in this moment, making a little bit of progress every day. I'm trying not to treat my entire existence like it's a problem to be fixed, rather than a life to be lived. I don't mean to promote complacency. This isn't about abandoning forward progress. This is about finding peace in battle. It's about working for a better future without discounting the tremendous value in the present. It's about trying to fight the Hydra with a smile on your face. So when those two new heads start snapping at you, you can unsheath your sword and start swinging.